So, last last time I mentioned blurring the line between fantasy and reality and looking up to people that don't actually exist. Um, there's a, that can be a good thing sometimes because you can see qualities and it's simplified to a way that you can see yourself in it. And if it's in a show that's action-packed or sci-fi or crime drama, you can just put yourself somewhere else. Be that character and absorb the personality to an extent. And what that'll do is it'll make you stronger. It's simple. You'll be that person. Well, your version of that person. Taking the pieces you want and need for your own life. So, where's the downside? Well, the downside is in taking it too far. You can't go to imaginary people for your problems. Because imaginary people, as nice as they are, and as well written, and strong, and all those things, they don't have the same problems you do. They have their own set of problems that magically resolve themselves in half an hour to an hour. Maybe an episode or two, but they magically fix themselves usually, definitely by the end of the season. And life doesn't work that way. So it gives you a bit of a problem. You can also become too involved in the reality that you're not living in and ignore your responsibilities in this one. Chores, homework, deadlines, appointments, things like that. Because you're so sucked into that world, you think you're living there. If you stay there, fictional reality and fantasies are nice to visit, but you can't ever live there. There's no problems, so there's no need for you to be strong. Everything is fixed. But they're good to visit to get you out of whatever problem you're in, so you can come back to it with fresh eyes. And being able to relate things to a fictitious world can sometimes work. I mean, take the thing I wrote on Tumblr the other day. There's a link in the box down below for you guys to find somewhere. That lets you, things like that, allow you to just see things differently. Be able to take a problem that's resolved in 30 minutes and take the strategies that were used. Because what's 30 minutes? That's days and weeks for them. Take what you learned, apply it to your life, and see if it can help you fix things. Just think of whatever so-and-so would do. Take out the action, the adventure. If you're a Doctor Who fan, take out the sonic screwdriver. We don't have those yet. And just go with the words they use, the actions they use. Things like that. I mean, don't go around just decking people if you're watching something like that, or killing people. No. Because you'll get in a shitload of trouble for that in our world. But, fantasy reality, it's a very blurry line at times. And because it's blurry, is why we have people who see things differently, and we end up with sometimes tragedies like that. Like things that have happened recently. I'm not an expert, but that's my own theory on that. sometimes fantasy is helpful, sometimes reality is helpful to write fantasy if you're a writer. It works both ways. It's just a blurry line. You have to be able to focus on when you're crossing it and what's too far. Imitating something you saw on television. We're all familiar with the story about the kid that thinks they're Superman after watching a Superman cartoon and decides to jump out a window thinking they can fly. That's a pretty good example of crossing a line. You start thinking things like that, you've gone a little bit too far. But don't worry, usually reality can pull you back. But you have to keep consciously aware of fantasy and reality and watch what you're saying, because that can get you in trouble as well. I learned that one the hard way. Trust me, you don't want that story. I'm not trying to freak people out and say every word you say does things. No, it's just in the context that you're in. You have to just choose the right words. Somebody tell me the right words at the right set at the right time at the right place. Change the world. And that's true. But the wrong words at the wrong time, at the wrong place, can destroy your world. Your own personal little chunk of reality that you live in. You could lose your job, you could get thrown out of schools, you could end up homeless, jobless, lose your girlfriend, wife, whatever. You just have to be careful, because society's getting more paranoid as a whole. Common sense is losing, less people have it, and that's really sad. People can't figure out when people are serious, when people are joking, and be able to not fully analyze a person, just analyze the words that they're saying, and take those and totally blow them out of proportion. Things like that shouldn't happen, but they're happening more and more. I don't know how we can fix it. I don't. But we do have to keep ourselves in check between what's actually happening and what we want to happen, and what we see happen elsewhere and think, that'll work here. We have to be careful about that, because it's leading to more trouble. Like I said, fantasy, reality. The link between the two is really good and can really help you. The problem is keeping it to that link and being able to turn it on and off appropriately. I hate that freaking word. It means almost nothing. It just means it's basically lawyer talk, but whatever. That's a brand for another time and another place. But you know what I mean. Being able to use the link when you need it, and not let the link control you. Yeah, that sounds good. Sorry if the audio is all over the place again. New phone, so the mic might be a little off. That's it for tonight.